In our previous video, we conducted an examination on the concept of paralanguage. We learned that paralanguage can be defined as the vocal elements that can influence and enhance how your message is being heard. So in this video, I really want to carry on with that message and break down two important elements in paralanguage itself: the ideas of pitch and tone. They're often used interchangeably by many people, including me at times. But what separates a monotonous, bland speech from an upbeat and varied one is very often how that individual incorporates pitch and tone within their communication. And in this video, I want to iron down each of those distinct definitions. By the end of this video, you'll understand what pitch and tone truly are, why they matter, and common misconceptions people have regarding these essential concepts. Let's start off with pitch. Pitch, put it simply, refers to how high or low your voice sounds. Scientifically, it's determined by the vibration of your vocal cords. Faster vibrations produce a higher pitch, while slower vibrations produce a lower pitch. Think about pitch like musical notes. A singer moves between high and low notes to create melody. Although public speaking is different from singing, effective speakers can also vary the height of their voice to create interest and emphasize certain points. For instance, consider this sentence. Today, we're going to learn about something that can completely change the way you communicate. I just said that in a flat, unchanging pitch. However, imagine raising your pitch slightly on the words completely change. Let's say that again. Today, we're going to learn something that can completely change the way you communicate. Changing the pitch automatically made the listener realize what was important. Pitch can also communicate emotion towards the audience. A slightly higher pitch might indicate surprise, excitement, or curiosity. A lower pitch often communicates seriousness, authority, confidence, or calmness. Neither is inherently better, and they both have their drawbacks. But the most dangerous thing an individual can do during a presentation is keep their pitch in a low, monotonous voice. This makes the speech feel bland, and quite honestly, the audience is almost guaranteed to simply tune out because nobody wants to listen to a monotonous and bland speech. Even if the information is fascinating, integrating pitch within your oration can better build excitement, nuance, and complexity within your communication. Quite frankly, the best way to do this is keep it natural. You will automatically figure out which spots should be high, which areas have to be low with practice. Now let's talk about tone. When pitch refers to how high or low your voice sounds, tone refers to the emotion, attitude, or feeling your voice communicates. Tone answers questions such as, does the speaker sound enthusiastic? Do they sound confident? Do they sound sincere? Are they frustrated? Are they being humorous? Imagine somebody saying, I'm really happy you're here. If they smile and say that sentence in a warm and welcoming voice, the audience will naturally believe that feeling that is being conveyed. But if I were to say that exact same tone in a cold and irritated voice, "I'm really happy you're here today," that did not sound welcoming at all. To put it simple, integrating tone and varying that element within your oration can be used to better convey emotion, feelings, and to generally enhance your speech. Tone influences how confident, trustworthy, approachable, and knowledgeable a speaker may seem. A motivational speaker, for example, would use an energetic and encouraging tone. A doctor explaining a medical diagnosis may use a serious tone. Professors or teachers would likely use factual tone in order to convey their message. Once again, monotony is dangerous. Simply integrating a single flat tone within your oration risks losing your audience's attention. Instead, I want you to read your speech. I want you to read whatever you're trying to say, and then underline the sections that you feel should be conveyed with emotion. It doesn't matter what it is. Once you underline those sections, think about what tone you want to say that in. And then the next time you practice delivering that piece of information, integrate that change in your tone to better make your speech more varied. Now, let's address what is the difference between pitch and tone. They are so often used interchangeably and they're so related. Pitch is the physical height of your voice, whereas tone is the emotional quality or attitude expressed through your voice. Think of it this way. You can raise your pitch without changing your tone, and you can raise your tone without dramatically changing your pitch, just as I did right now. But the best speakers use pitch and tone together. For example, excitement frequently comes through a slightly higher pitch and a more energetic tone. Confidence often is the mix of a steady pace, a lower pitch, and a firm tone. Understanding both of these concepts can better help you persuade others and to convey your central message. Many beginners, however, unknowingly develop habits that reduce the effectiveness of their presentations. The first idea is monotony. Now, we discussed this before. Without any variation or clear changes in pitch, the audience becomes less engaged and, frankly, it becomes harder to identify your main exact points. Another mistake is using an inappropriate tone. For example, joking or adding humor during an otherwise serious presentation, if used wrongly, can actually undermine credibility. Likewise, excessive seriousness during an exciting announcement can make the presentation feel flat, just as I did right now. Some speakers also overuse dramatic pitch changes. To be honest, this is something I do frequently myself. If every single sentence sounds overly excited, the audience eventually stops noticing the correct emphasis or the correct points of interest. If I am speaking like this, as I am doing right now, it begins to sound monotonous in its own unique way, and I can slur or even sound overexcited. When in reality, the moment calls for something else. Finally, nervousness can often allow anxiety to affect their voice. This comes when you're naturally nervous, your voice begins to shake and you begin to stammer because your mind isn't quite sure what to say. Learning techniques to help abate your nervousness, which we will discuss in a future video, can help you maintain a more confident and imposing vocal presence. So, to close, one of the best ways to improve your pitch and your tone is to practice. Mark emphasis in your script as we discussed before. Practice reading with emotion and, quite frankly, listening to great speakers can better help you integrate changes which can help include variation within your speech. Today, we've discussed two important aspects of paralanguage. Pitch refers to how high or low your voice sounds, while tone communicates the attitude behind your words. These two elements are very often extremely important when it comes to paralanguage. Remember, great speakers don't merely rely on their words. As you prepare your next speech, don't simply practice what you're trying to say. Practice how